back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my audition experience for colleges. So I'm going to start off talking about my audition experience for undergrad. At the time, I was going to community college out in Palm Springs called the College of the Desert, and I knew that I wanted to continue studying music after I was done with that program. So I did my research and I found 4 schools that I thought would be ideal at the time. The schools that I wanted to go to were UC Irvine, Cal State Fullerton, Cal State Long Beach, and USC. So I didn't realize at the time how many things I was gonna have to keep track of. And so I just started all the applications and decided to see what would happen from there. For a music program at a university, you have to send pre-screen materials, and sometimes you don't have to send anything and you just sign up for audition time. So unfortunately, I was very unorganized and I didn't know how to even keep myself organized at the time. So I ended up missing some deadlines for the schools that I wanted to go to, which I was really sad about. But yeah, I don't think I was supposed to go to those schools that I inevitably forgot to send materials to. I had set up my audition for UC Irvine. That was successful and I arrived and I thought, wow, this school is really nice. Like, just the trees and the look of the school, the feel, I just thought, oh, this is really nice. The school at UC Irvine is massive. It's humongous. It took me at least 30 minutes to find where my audition was. So we arrived, and after 30 minutes of searching, I finally found where I was supposed to audition. Not gonna lie, I was pretty nervous about auditioning. I'm from a smaller town, and there are very talented people from the town. I just felt like maybe when I was in the Coachella Valley that I was a big fish in a small pond. And coming to Orange County is such a big leap for me. So it was a big leap for me, and I was really nervous and I didn't know what to expect from other singers. I didn't know if they would just be like, okay, next, you know, like after I auditioned. I go into the room and I sang my piece. And the reaction I received from the panel of the auditioners was very positive. I couldn't believe that they wanted me to come to their school. I feel like I doubt my skills sometimes, and yeah, I couldn't believe that they really loved my singing. Even one of the directors for the orchestra said, oh, I would love to have you in our program, and we could use you in my other opera program. And anyways, it just sounded like it was just not what I expected to happen in the audition. I didn't hear back from the school until 3 months later, and I was actually still very anxious about my acceptance. With music, the school is usually separate from the university, so you can get accepted into the music school but not get accepted to the university because of grades. And I'm not gonna lie, my grades from community college were not bad, but I know that UC Irvine is one of the top schools in California, and I just thought, oh God, what if my grades aren't good enough? And then fast forward to April, I get my acceptance and I was crying. I couldn't believe it. I was so happy and so relieved, because after I went to the audition at UC Irvine, I didn't even bother to complete my other applications because I just had this gut feeling that I was gonna be here, and I was just hoping that it all worked out, and it eventually worked out. And I completed my undergrad at UC Irvine in 2018. So once I knew I was completing my bachelor's degree soon, I started thinking about what to do next, and I started researching schools again, because in classical music, you kind of need a master's degree to be taken seriously, sadly. But that's just the way it is, and so I started researching for master's programs. This time around I was a lot more organized, and I kept myself organized with a spreadsheet on my Mac. I didn't think of this for undergrad because at the time I didn't have a Mac. I had a pretty lame computer. It didn't have any type of word processing on it. It was bad. I don't know how I survived community college without a good laptop. So I made a spreadsheet. I had all my schools, and then I sent all my applications, and this was actually very stressful because I was still in college at the time, and UC Irvine is no joke. It's intense here. I was worried that I would overlook something like I had done with my undergrad applications. I was just so nervous, but I ended up completing about 6 different applications. So I don't remember the schools I applied to, but I can tell you about the schools that I got accepted to audition at. I was accepted to audition at University of Colorado Boulder and at Eastman. I was incredibly thrilled to get any auditions because, again, I don't know what kind of people are applying to these schools, and they're kind of like a higher level of institution than a lot of schools in California. So I was just very thrilled. My first audition was in Colorado. I found a very cheap flight for only $75, and I happened to get in connection with their Mu Phi Epsilon. In Colorado, there was a lovely, lovely girl who was actually the president of the chapter who housed me, and so I didn't even have to pay for a hotel. It was so wonderful, so nice. I was there for 4 days. I had a wonderful experience auditioning there. Everyone was really nice. The school was very rustic feeling. All the students I met were really nice, and I met a lot of the faculty, and they were very intelligent, very skilled, and very kind as well. My audition went really well. Afterwards, they asked me, well, would you be interested in being in West Side Story? I was like, heck yeah, I want to be in West Side Story. So I just had a great feeling after that audition, and I even participated in a master class that was held there, part of the audition. Some of the things that I had to struggle with were the altitude difference. It took me a long time to warm up that morning. A few weeks later, I had to fly out to Rochester, New York for my audition at Eastman. I couldn't believe it. This is one of the top schools in the whole United States. I just couldn't believe that they thought I was worthy of possibly coming to their school. Only 10 people get into this program, so I had a good feeling that the odds were pretty low as my acceptance, but I didn't care. I'm still gonna go to Eastman and show up and try. It was a very long day of travel. It basically took me the whole day to get over to New York State. I got to my hotel around 1 o'clock a.m. New York time, and my audition, I had no idea what time my audition was, so I woke up very early because I had read some tips that since you don't know when your audition is, you could be first, which meant singing right away. So I knew I need to warm up before I even get to this school. It was a little hard to warm up that morning too because of the jet lag. There's a 3-hour difference. So when I had woke up in Rochester, it was like 6 a.m. California time. So my voice did not want to wake up. I stayed at this wonderful hotel, and they had a shuttle that took you from the school to the hotel. Not very many people are touring to Rochester during this time of year, so they had the shuttle set up for all the potential students. I shuttle over to Eastman, and it's snowing so much. There's like a lot of meetings and orientations starting the day off. To my hunch, I was one of the first people to have to audition that day, so I was so grateful that I had prepared myself in time, was warm and ready to sing. My audition felt okay. I felt like my breath wasn't quite there. After traveling all the day prior and being up so early for me in California time, I didn't do too bad. I felt great about my audition. I felt like I couldn't have done any better. And we also had an interview, and I kind of felt like my interview also wasn't strong. I just felt like I could have done better, and I could have maybe been a little bit more eloquent, but sometimes I think I have too chill of a personality. Maybe they got the wrong impression that I wasn't serious, or who knows. Again, I tried my absolute best. Eventually, I heard back from both of the schools. I had gotten accepted to Colorado, which made me so happy, and I got on the wait list at Eastman. Now, sadly, they didn't have an opening, but I was still so proud of myself, hopeful just by getting on the wait list. That meant like out of 60 people who came to audition at Eastman, I was the top 15. So that means a lot and gives me a lot of hope for my future. In conclusion, I ended up remaining at UC Irvine, and I'm sure you all are wondering, why didn't I go to Colorado? Well, that's because UC Irvine offered me a full ride scholarship, and they are paying me a stipend to do research and to be a TA and to perform basically whenever they want me to perform. I didn't choose to go to Colorado because I didn't receive any scholarships, which is fine, but this is 2018 and millennial people like myself are drowning in student debt, so I didn't think it was a good idea to go into a lot of debt, especially for a music degree. I have confidence in my skills and I think I will be employable once I graduate from my master's program. You know, still uncertainty in this business, so I didn't want to graduate from my master's program and have to pay off $30,000 or $60,000 or something crazy while trying to struggle as a musician at the beginning. That is my experience applying for colleges for my undergrad and my master's program. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope to see you guys soon. Feel free to subscribe to my channel. I'll be posting videos of my performances, master classes, and I'll be posting more chat videos with you all, and I hope to see you soon. Bye!